On this episode of FSS, we have the Dallas Cowboys in Los Angeles.
Can the Dallas Cowboys defense disrupt the Rams' offensive attack? Will Todd Gurley outperform Ezekiel Elliott? And last but not least, will the 2016 Coach of the Year, Jason Garrett, outsmart the 2017 Coach of the Year, Sean McVay?
Find out in this episode.
Quick recap of last week's game. Seattle versus Dallas. What a game. It was, from the beginning, the Cowboys defense set the tone. They had numerous tackles for loss. Antoine Woods, he blew up that screen pass. I was losing my voice that game as well. Dak Prescott, dare I say he outperformed Russell Wilson? He showed up the team with a lot of heart.
Yeah, he did.
That 3rd and 14 play was huge. Two times he almost ran it in for a touchdown. I know the second one they let him run it in again, so he's got one of them though. But I think this team is running on heart and determination. Faith. I feel like they play better when they're under pressure, and I like taking an underdog role. And I hate to say this, but the Eagles were like that last year. So, and coming from an NFC East division rival, I see if they did it, I think we could do it too.
Of course. And you know what? A lot of people talk about the NFC East earlier this season too. That's garbage. But if you think about it, 50% of the teams in this playoff in the NFC is the NFC East. So
we knocked out 2 teams already. So there's a rivalry, but there's also, you gotta have like that chivalry. You gotta respect for one another, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't respect your opponent, they'll catch you with that hook and night.
I'm not giving credit to the Eagles or the Giants. I'm just saying it's the division. They talk a lot on our division, but you know the results are here. 50%, as I mentioned, is in the playoffs. So
Absolutely.
take that.
Take that. So this week we got the Dallas Cowboys going to Los Angeles Rams. I'm so used to saying St. Louis Rams, but Los Angeles Rams. One thing I need to take a note on this was that I was hoping we actually faced the Rams. Not because I think they're a bad team. I think the home team advantage is not as big as it is in New Orleans. I know we beat New Orleans earlier this season, but they're a different team when you face them at home. Kind of like how Dallas was. They were actually a better team at home. With the Rams, they're new to the city, and there's just as many Cowboys fans there. So anybody in the West Coast, wear your gear, scream as loud as you can. I'll give you all my energy from here. Believe me. So show up 100%. I'll give you all my energy, and I'll pray and everything. So here's some matchups up there. Some matchups for this game. The Cowboys defense, obviously, versus the Rams. versus the Rams offensive attack. The Rams present a really unique challenge because they're pretty balanced throughout the board. When it comes to the quarterback play with Jared Goff, the wide receivers, they got 2 solid receivers. They got Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods. They have Todd Gurley. He's considered one of the best running backs in the league. I know he's been hobbled by injury, but he's definitely going to play in this game. Our defense is going to be presented. They're going to get tested in this one. But I want to see the same energy that they had with the Seattle Seahawks, the Saints. And when they were challenged, they stepped up to the plate. We have a lot of young players, a lot of up-and-coming players, and I think that's going to be huge when it comes to this matchup, because our defense versus the offense will decide who's going to win. Alongside, I can't just say it's just our defense versus their offense. Obviously, we got to score points. How will our offensive line deal with Aaron Donald and I always forget his name, Dominican Sue, Dominican Sue? They're both animals at the defensive line. Our offensive line is not the 2016 offensive line, but they have been playing better along the last 8 games. If we could hold on and give Dak Prescott some time, open some holes for Zeke Elliott, as long as we can stay balanced as well, that's going to be key for this game.
Yeah, it's really to start with Todd, because last year's matchup, he had over 200 yards on us, 121 rushing and 94 in receiving. We have to stop him.
And one thing to keep in mind is that the Rams, I feel like they're leaking some oil towards the end of the season. you can see the defense has been getting exposed in some games. You could bring up the games versus the Kansas City, the Chiefs. They were, the Rams were a really good defense, but once they faced them, they scored like 40, 50 points in one game. And then they've been kind of like leaking over here and there. So it's definitely a good film to watch.
The defense, the Rams defense are ranked 23rd against the rush. So being 23rd against Ezekiel can hurt them. So we'll see. Hopefully it does.
With Dallas, you can't play from behind. I think that's the way that teams try to knock Dallas out. Stop the run. If they get the lead, if the Cowboys have to play from behind, that's at a huge disadvantage because that takes Zeke Elliott out of the game plan. We playing catch up, and 99% chance that it's gonna make things that much harder for us to catch up, especially when we have an injury. Cole Beasley and Allen Hurts is out as well, and that's the thing. Sean McVay is known to be one of the smartest offensive coordinators, head coaches in the league, and we're gonna see if he's gonna be able to dissect our defense. And it goes around, that comes back around to Dallas. Can Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan create a game plan to give our offense success? I know Scott Linehan has been on fire all year, and this is the time to prove it. What better time than in the playoffs? So that's going to be important, as well as winning the battle in the scrimmage with the offensive line. Because if our defensive line beats theirs, we have a really good shot to win it. And same thing could be said the other way around. It's going to be another very good matchup. Mm-hmm. All these games this coming weekend is going to be amazing. This is definitely one to keep an eye on Saturday night.
2 more games, Dallas. 2 more games. 2 more games. So let's do this. And now here are our simulation results. So what are your thoughts on this matchup? Can Dallas pull an upset in Los Angeles? Let us know. Leave a comment below. Give us your prediction as well. Also, like and subscribe. We also want to give out a quick shout out to Mixed Pleasures for creating and sponsoring some awesome gear for us. So thank you, Mixed Pleasure. And one more thing.
Go Cowboys!